get the other 4 get 65 set break spots. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Justin, there's your order.
Fresh is ready whenever you are.
Got it. What happened, you alright? Yeah, you know what I'm doing now, man? It's just very simple. Every time I do one of these giveaways, I'm just going right to John.
That's
Email.
what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much guaranteed to have a paper trail. Like even, someone before, they won like a $10 credit and started ready to post it.
Like, you know what? It takes less
When John comes back, he's
Yeah.
going to work with Chris. He's going to create a template in Excel
That's great.
for each type.
That's awesome.
Mini snapper, free credit. So at the end of the night, instead of having to send 10 emails, you'll send 1 email. Here's the list for the whoop.
Here's the Excel spreadsheet in the tabs. Fantastic. And it's
So
easier to
we're
type.
not going to worry about the long, how it's taking a little bit longer today. I'd rather just have it be 100%.
That's it. It's good stuff. And it's easier to read my handwriting because John said my handwriting isn't so great. I said, have you seen Doug's?
I'm thinking so.
Oh, that's years of having to write quick with being.
I know. I'm kidding.
Oh no, I have.
Mine's years of being of not being a doctor and having nothing to do with taking notes or anything else. Just happens to be.
It's just
just
poor penmanship. That's all.
It's pathetic.
It's all right.
Penmanship happens. You know what I'm saying? Happens. What am I gonna do? You know what am I gonna do? All right. You want to hop in the chair for a minute?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go eat.
Oh, I'm not gonna. I need to get a drink and walk around for a minute.
Of course.
All right, guys.
Randy?
What'd you say?
Scott, you said you need a drink like
Water. No drinks.
Water.
Doug's gonna come. I'll be back in a few, guys. Talk some football with Doug.
Oh, we're gonna do something else too. Oh yeah. Oh, what's going on, fellas? You guys know who I am. I am the intermission show, the halftime show. For those who don't know me, I am Doug Rush. I am the producer of this magnificent show. First things first, I thank you guys all for making my nights go quick. Chatting with you guys doesn't make it work. You've heard Leighton and Mike talk about this not being work. We're hanging out. We're opening packs and we're talking sports. So, all right. So the bad news, guys, boss man kind of made it above. I'm the new guy. I can't open the packs, and that's okay. I'm the new guy. It's like you can't touch the new toy and whatnot, but that's okay. Magic Mike's gonna open the packs, and but what I can do for you guys, being part of the Vintage Breaks team here. So Bob, what's going on, buddy? Always like talking baseball with you on there. So I heard, Bob, real quick, I heard the Cubs may actually be back in on the Harper situation. I know they've been debating it. I just don't know if they want to make him an offer yet. But a lot of teams are hesitant because everybody thinks Harper's heart is with the Yankees. So, but Theo Epstein. If anybody can get Harper to go to anywhere, it's Theo Epstein, who is the best GM in sports and actually best GM in baseball. So what I can do for you guys tonight, as part of the show, we're gonna do a trivia question, and the first person to get it right and the answer that pops up on my screen gets a $10 break credit to VintageBreaks.com. Tim, yeah, that was definitely one of the craziest games I'd ever seen. Going into that game, I didn't think they beat the Bears. Even with Chase Daniels, going in with that defense with Khalil Mack, I did not think the Giants were going to beat the Bears. And the Giants' offense looked dead up until right before the half. And then all of a sudden, it's like they just did a whole, 180. And it's like, and, the Giants should have won that game by, at least 7 or 10 points. But they don't take away points for winning games ugly, and especially winning games in overtime. So, yeah, it was a pretty exciting win to beat the Bears. You know, of course, their chances to make the playoffs at 4-8 are very unlikely. But you know what? When you're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs and the division's still wide open, you go for it. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna do a trivia question here. The first person to get it right gets a $10 break credit to, you know, pick it on the website, you know, your choice and whatnot. So, a lot of the trivia questions you've heard over the course of a couple days, at least when I've been in the building, have been on about Pete Rose. So I'm going to do one about the person who broke a pack the day before with Leighton, Tony Dorsett. And I guess I wanted to pick a football-themed one because, you know, I cover the Giants. I'm a football reporter. Although, you know, lately I feel like I've been, chasing the news of MLB free agency. You know, I covered the Yankees for a good solid 9 years. Free agency time was one of my favorite things, being a writer and a reporter. What's going on, Brian? Hope you're, hope you're having a good night. Hope, we're entertaining you and whatnot. So, all right, guys, my question. We need 55s? Okay. There you go, Robert. All right, guys, my question with the theme of Tony Dorsett. So, Tony Dorsett played 12 years in the NFL. Pretty good career, mostly with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I say that because 11 of his years were spent with Dallas. My question to you guys is, who did Tony Dorsett end his career with? And what team was it? And it was the final year of his career. So the first person to get this on my screen with the right answer, $10 break credit to VintageBreaks.com. So what team did Tony Dorsett end his 12-year career in the NFL with? All right, let's see. Who gets this correct? So, Matt got it first. So, Matt, congratulations. You got it right. It was the Denver Broncos. A lot of people don't know that. Obviously, people, when they think of Tony Dorsett, they think of, obviously his tremendous career in Dallas. And there's that 1 year. It's kind of like, a lot of people forget, Joe Montana played for the Chiefs and Joe Namath played for another team. And, But Tony Dorsett, his last year in the league, and he had a halfway decent year in Denver. I was looking at the stats and whatnot. But yeah, the Denver Broncos and Matt C. Let me just get here. So you get the $10 break credit for Vintage Breaks. I'm writing this down right now, so not sure when it will be applied, but I don't know, I have to wait for Johnny 5, Johnny DNC to get back in the building to do it. Yeah, Matt, congratulations. Yeah, let's definitely close that 65 Philly. Let's close a lot of, hope you guys close a lot of cool. Every time you close a lot of this stuff, it's just so cool to be able to be here and to see a lot of this stuff. Not just, as a, person who's collected cards in his life, but just as a sports fan. What's going on, Joe? Was saying Theo Epstein was saying earlier that the Cubs would have to get. Yeah, I kind of think that the Cubs would. I kept thinking the Cubs would go with Craig Kimbrell as opposed to maybe signing Harper. I think he would make sense for their bullpen. Chicago is still in a prime position to do well and be a contender. If you think about it, Chicago, if they had won that game 163 against the Brewers, they're the number one seed in the playoffs and not having to play the Rockies for that playoff game. It's just the Brewers and the Cubs ended up with the same record, which was the best in the National League, and then it just ended up that they had to play the one game, and then that loser played the one game playoff, and boom, Cubs season was over just at a blink of an eye. So, I mean, everybody kept saying, you know, if Harper doesn't go to the Yankees or doesn't go back to the Nationals, you know, the Cubs would make a lot of sense. And I've also heard that Bryce Harper, and again, this is a rumor, that Bryce Harper does not want anything to do with Philadelphia. Not confirmed. I've overheard it from somebody who is familiar with the Bryce Harper camp. From everything that I've gathered from all the talk and the rumors and whatnot, that Bryce Harper really, really, really wants the Yankees to get involved. And I've heard that the Yankees went to Vegas to meet with him. So let me move over here so I'm in the picture. So see what happens. I'm also, you know, Manny Machado and that what he wants to do. You know, I Twins finally got to dump Mauer's salary. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, I saw you guys got Jonathan Scope today. Not a big signing, but you know he's a good player. I got to see a lot of him playing with the Orioles. Solid player. They're getting there, and also you guys got one of the more popular Yankees on your team too. At least with what we call Yankees Twitter. Ronald Torreyes. He signed a 1-year deal with you guys too. Scrappy little infielder. Makes contact. He's just one of those guys that's like good for the locker room and clubhouse. And he's probably no bigger than like 5'5", too. But yeah, I mean, Joe Mauer's retirement definitely. That was a huge contract, and obviously when the Twins signed him to that, he was the best catcher in the sport. And then all of a sudden he had a transition from catcher to first base just because of the injuries and age and everything. So, but now you got some payroll flexibility. You got a new manager, Rocco Baldelli, who, I remember when he was an up-and-coming player with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. People forget that they were called that back in the day. Young. I think he's probably right now one of the youngest managers in the game. Probably not even 40 years old yet. So, let's see. I think we'd love to be a Cub. I think Harper. See, I don't know if it's Harper's love for a team or if he just love to get paid and be the highest paid player in the sport. I know Harper has been quoted saying, he would probably want $400 million. And right now, I think the highest paid player, contract-wise, is Stanton. I think he got $325 back when the Marlins gave him that 13-year extension. Where would Harper fit in with the Yankees? There's been chatter about Bryce Harper being willing to play first base, even though he's an outfielder. But I think if you get Harper right now, you could put him in center field, and then you end up trading Aaron Hicks and move Brett Gardner to being the fourth outfielder. Yeah, they've talked about the idea of trading Stanton, but the problem is Giancarlo Stanton has a full no-trade clause. And last year when the Marlins were trying to deal him, when Derek Jeter first took over running the team, they had 2 deals in place. One to the Cardinals and one to the Giants. And Stanton blocked both of them. And the general feeling was that there were only 2 teams that Stanton really wanted. It was the Dodgers, who was the team he idolized growing up, and the Yankees because of the lore of New York and the mystique of playing for the Yankees. And obviously, Jeter had that relationship given his playing career, and a trade just kind of worked out. And Stanton is I honestly, if you ask me right now, I don't think Stanton's going to waive his no trade to leave the Yankees, because I think he got his first taste of playoff baseball. He loved the atmosphere. And if you really look at it, when Judge got hurt, Sanchez got hurt, it was really Stanton carrying a lot of the offense over the summer with Torres and Andujar. So I think Stanton wants to stay put and be a part of the Yankees and try to compete for another championship. Yeah, one thing, Bryce Harper is definitely very brash. Not even a debate. Harper's he's got a very odd. There are years where he's the MVP of the league, which he was a couple years ago, or there's times where he's hitting 220, but the power numbers are still kind of there. He's also one of the younger stars around the league, so I mean, he's a very marketable person. And just for the fact alone, he is an MVP. He's been a multiple All-Star. Machado going. I can see Machado going to the Phillies too, because I know the Phillies are willing to overspend. I mean, they were willing to spend big on Patrick Corbin before he went to the Nationals. The Phillies just got Gene Segura from the Mariners, who likely will be their shortstop. So if the Phillies are going to get Manny Machado, it's likely going to be for third base. Now, I know Machado wanted to be a shortstop, which he was, with the Orioles and then with the Dodgers. Machado, and, if you saw the All-Star game and you've heard the last year of all these, Manny Machado is also another one who grew up being a big Yankee fan, idolized A-Rod. His family wants him to be a Yankee. But then again, Patrick Corbin's family wanted him to be the Yankee, and he's now pitching for the Washington Nationals. So, but with that said, a lot of the chatter is if that Machado doesn't go to the Yankees, that he would go to the Phillies because of Philadelphia's willingness to overspend, and spend some more this winter, especially since their management has said that they are kind of giving the okay to not only spend, but to quote-unquote spend stupid amount of money. So if Philly's plan is to try to outbid and outspend possibly the Yankees going after him, yeah, I can definitely see Machado going there. And you have to accept the fact that he's going to Philly to play third base because of the trade they made last week. I've heard the Dodgers too. The Dodgers have they've been the runners up the last 2 years in the World Series. They got to Game 7 against Houston and lost. Although I kind of fault Dave Roberts for starting Yu Darvish for that. I feel like if they went with anybody else other than Darvish, I think they could have beaten Houston that night. And then this past year, just going up against a 108-win Red Sox team that just was clearly superior to them. They literally stuck Clayton Kershaw out there for Game 5 and took their best shot, and Kershaw couldn't even beat the Dodgers. So I can see the Dodgers trying to make a big push for him too. So Corey Kluber, yes. With Carlos Carrasco signing his extension, it's Kluber and Trevor Bauer are both on the trade market. Both New York teams have been linked with potential interest in Kluber. I know the Yankees have had discussions for Kluber. I know the Mets have talked about it too. Given the fact that the Yankees missed out, and I know the Dodgers too have been also linked to Kluber. Given what happened with Patrick Corbin, I could see the Yankees turning back to the Indians, because I know part of the reason why the trade talks fell apart earlier is because the Yankees have an outfield prospect who they weren't really keen on trading. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Yankee prospects. His name is Estevan Florial. I think right now he's the Yankees' top. I know he's definitely in there. He might be the top one now, given all the prospects that came up. But apparently he was the one that Cleveland kept asking for, and the Yankees said no. And that's why eventually the Yankees moved on and went and got James Paxton from the Mariners. So, being a diehard Cubs fan, yeah. So I don't know if you knew this too, but the Yankees inquired on Goldschmidt earlier in the offseason, which to me says to me as a Yankee person that they're not sold on the first base options. Goldschmidt's going to love playing there. And Goldschmidt's going to do really well playing.
All right, Dougie Fresh. Mikey's back in the saddle.
All right, guys. I'm being given...
You're being yanked.
I'm being yanked.
Nice.
So I'm going to turn this back over to Magic Mike. Again,
Mike says Savage Mike.
Mike says Savage Mike. Savage Mike is taking back his show. Again, Matt, congratulations. You got the $10 break credit, and we're going to apply that to you.
Manny Chateauvin?
Yes. So, all right, guys. It was fun talking to you, talking baseball and football. We're going to turn it back over to Mike.
What's up, everybody? We're back. VB. Yachts back. Oh, my back is cracking. Oh, my legs are cracking. My knees are crack-a-lacking. Oh, everything hurts. Getting old.
Food good?
Yeah, it's good. It's always good.
It's always good.
It's always good. Oh, man. We're here for a couple more hours, guys. Couple more hours. Couple of more hours. Lots of fun. We got this 30 for 30 that just closed out. Or 30 at 15. I don't know where it went. Did I already give this away? That was Jason Held was the winner on that one. Let's do another one, guys. I got another one here. I got another one. Let me put this bad boy together here. You guys will like this one. We're gonna throw in. We're gonna start it out. We're gonna start it out with a 71 Larry Zonka. We got a 75 Killebrew. How about a 72 Aparicio? 71 Gaylord Perry. 77 Robin Yount. 74 All-Star Joe Morgan. Rod Carew. And a second-year Jimmy Brown. A second-year Jimmy Brown. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do a 65 and a 75 set break spot. Alright, and we're going to do on this one. $50 at 15, guys. 50 at 15. All you got to do is spend $15 at VintageBreaks.com. One winner takes this whole pile of goodies, including a second-year Jimmy Brown and a couple of set spots. A lot of nice stuff. We're going to start this at $8.45. 50 at 15. Spend 15 bucks. What's up, John? I hope so, brother. All right. 50 at 15. Oh, hey, Jeff. This just started. You were in the last one, but let me take care of you on this one because I think you had I had some spots left over. So we closed out the last one at 8:20. So we're starting this one at 8:45. So Jeff, I'm gonna hook you up with 5 spots in this one. All right. To start you off. You had some spots in the last one. But I'll make sure you're in this one also. All right, so we got 50 at 15. There's 45 spots remaining. We're going to open up another 86 football wax pack right now. Yeah, it's still recording.